The brand new Resort World here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. This is boxing, this is Top Rank, presented by Holiday Boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum. My name is Mark Chinook, and this is the start of an incredible weekend. A huge card. A junior welterweight showdown featuring Vargas, a featherweight showdown featuring Haven Brady Jr., lightweight professional debut of Adrian Serrano. Our co-feature is a featherweight battle between Jose and Enrique Vivas and Eduardo Baez. And our main event now joining me on the stage, a lightweight showdown we've been talking about for quite some time now, Miguel Berchelt and Jeremiah Nakathila. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this afternoon. Gardy, always great to have you on stage as well. My name is Mark Chinook. This goes down Saturday, March 26th, right here at the Resorts World Event Center. Brand new, right on the Strip. We're thrilled to be here. First fight on the property, 3:45 Pacific time on ESPN Plus, and then our co-feature and our feature will transfer over to ESPN at 7 p.m. Pacific. Again, a huge card, as I mentioned, the fighters that we're featuring on the card and our event. Let's just jump into this main event, you guys. Your only visit to the United States was your bout against Shakur. What did you learn from that, simply traveling to the United States, that you took from that first time now to the second time? Little mistakes, things that made it easier getting over here, your second time in the United States, ESPN main event.
Yeah, no, I think first I would like to thank Top Rank. I would like to thank my promoter, Mr. Nesta Rodriguez, our main sponsor, MTC. Yeah, traveling to US, it's always an experience for me. It's always a good experience for me. That's what I can say. I feel like I love traveling to the US.
Was there anything this time around that was a little easier than the first time?
Yeah, everything, even for the first time, everything is easier. Even now, everything is easy.
That's good to hear, because they always hold me up at the border. They're like, you got to come with me, and they take me in the back. For you, it's easy. I love it. Miguel, this is a new year for you, and Gardy's going to do some translating for me. A brand new year for everybody, but a new weight class, new trainer. You're now in Vegas training. How did those changes make you a better fighter?
Un nuevo año para ti, nueva ciudad de entrenamiento, nuevo entrenador, nueva división. ¿Cómo todos esos cambios te benefician a ti?
Pues bueno, me siento bien, me siento feliz, contento. Quiero agradecer a la empresa Top Rank, a Stanford por siempre llevarme de la mano y llevar bien mi carrera. Y bueno, me siento muy motivado, enfocado en ganar esta pelea. Así que voy a enfrentar a un duro peleador como lo es Jeremiah Nakathila, al cual respeto mucho, pero bueno, vengo con la aptitud de demostrar que puedo volver a ser campeón del mundo y este sábado lo voy a demostrar.
I feel great. I want to thank, first of all, I want to thank Top Rank and Stanford for taking my career the right way. I'm very motivated. I'm coming to face a great champion as Nakathila, but I'm here to show that I'm here to become world champion once again.
It's been 13 months since his last fight. It was a tough loss to Oscar Valdez. What was the process like moving forward from that loss?
Han pasado 13 meses desde la pelea con Valdez. ¿Cómo ha sido el proceso de esa derrota?
Pues fue muy bueno, la verdad que me ayudó para descansar, me ayudó para quitar toda la fibrosis que me había dejado el COVID. Y bueno, ahora me siento nuevo en una nueva ciudad, con un nuevo entrenador, una nueva división, nuevos sueños que conquistar. Y bueno, quiero volver a ser campeón del mundo.
These 13 years have been great for me. I have been able to rest. I have recovered completely from the remaining COVID symptoms. And now, like I said, I'm in a new city, a new trainer, new dreams to conquer, and I'm here to stay.
Perfect. Jeremiah, you heard him mention, you're a tough opponent. He's already brought your name up, but we've just sort of sat down. He's going to come forward. We know that. He's an aggressive fighter. Do you look forward to these types of fights as opposed to your last time, against Shakur, was maybe a little bit more on the defensive side?
Yeah, I like, fighting, and, him being a coming fighter is just good for me. I'm aware he just woke up now, so he might just be careful because I'll put him back to sleep.
Headlining headlining on ESPN, the main event. How excited are you?
No, I'm very much excited, to fight at this level. It's every boxer's dream to fight at this level. And then I'm just grateful, and I'm grateful for my team, to fight at this level or to be at this level. And then I'm here to make victory, when it comes to the month of March, it's a big month for my country, even though we just celebrated our independence now. And then for sure, I'm gonna make history again for my country.
It's exciting. Obviously, I wrote that down with the holidays happening back home. You are here now in the United States, as I mentioned, for the second time. And off camera, before we took to the stage, you were telling me how great you feel physically. Is this weight class better for you?
I feel much stronger, in the lightweight. I felt, it's good. It's a good move, fighting at the lightweight. So I just feel, it's not like a junior light. So this make the weight more easier compared to making it a junior light.
I'm coming over here to Miguel with that same type of question. He was a very imposing junior lightweight. How does he feel now that he's fighting at 135?
Eras un 130 muy imponente. ¿Cómo te sientes ahora en las 135 libras?
Me siento mejor, me siento más fuerte, creo que mi cuerpo ya necesitaba subir de peso, estuve 4 años como campeón del mundo y bueno, creo que en 135 me lo va a agradecer mucho y bueno, vine por la victoria este sábado.
I feel better, I feel stronger at 135. I was world champion for 4 years at 130 and my body was asking for the move up to lightweight division. I'm just here for the victory on Saturday.
I want to go back to a little bit about him now living and training in Las Vegas, because with that comes a lot of distractions. One of the biggest distractions that we've all taken notice of is that enormous billboard that Resorts World puts out on the Strip, and we saw a lot of social media activity. Our incredible social team here at Top Rank does a great job promoting and marketing these fights, but Resorts World is a brand new property, an exciting time for Top Rank to be coming to the property. We're excited to start this relationship. Distractions in Las Vegas now that you're here. We saw the post with you in front of that giant building and your face is all over it. Does that do anything to you upstairs mentally, or are you able to stay focused here in Las Vegas?
Hablando otra vez del cambio a Las Vegas, eso también viene con distracciones, como el billboard gigante que hay frente al Resorts World en el hotel, si ese tipo de cosas te mueven y te distraen.
No, al contrario, yo creo que me motiva a hacer la primera función aquí en el Resort World. Y bueno, es una cosa muy diferente venir de vacaciones a Las Vegas a vivir aquí en Las Vegas, ¿no? Yo creo que la gente que vive aquí en Las Vegas tiene otro estilo de vida y yo estoy muy enfocado y preparado para lo que quiero hacer este sábado y quiero ganar este sábado y volver que el nombre de Miguel Berchelt cuenten con la división de peso ligero porque me tienen que tomar en cuenta y lo voy a demostrar este sábado.
I don't pay attention to none of those distractions. On the other hand, it motivates me. One thing is to come to Vegas for vacation, and another thing is to live here, to work and train hard. I'm just here to show that Miguel Berchelt is going to have to be counted on in the lightweight division.
Jeremiah, I would come to you. Same type of question. When you see your face up on the side of that building, that big, the excitement that Las Vegas presents, how does that make you feel? And talk about home a little bit, people back home being able to see that, and how proud that is for you.
No, yeah, it's a very exciting moment for me. Looking at all that, it motivates me a lot. I just want to, to do it again, so I can have the chance to be in the street of Las Vegas and everywhere. See the board. Yeah, so for me, it's just it motivates me as a person. I just like the way Top Rank promote the events. It's on another level.
The last time you were here, obviously the outcome was not what you anticipated, not what you expected. What can we expect this time around, a little different from the first time you were here in the United States?
Yeah, expect if I watch, I came here and then when I went to leave Vegas, I have to polish what I came for, and I came for a win. So yeah, so come Saturday night, I'm going to destroy Berchelt and I will be victorious.
Coming over to you, what can we expect Saturday night after a 13th month layoff?
¿Qué podemos esperar del sábado después de un descanso de 13 meses?
No, sin duda un gran espectáculo. Miguel Berchelt viene con mucha hambre, con mucho deseo de volver a ser campeón del mundo. Y te digo, me preparé desde el mes de noviembre que estoy aquí en la ciudad de Las Vegas. Dejé mi familia, dejé mi casa, dejé muchas cosas como cuando estaba empezando en el boxeo. Y voy a hacer que todo ese esfuerzo valga la pena este sábado.
Miguel Berchelt is coming back to become a world champion. You know, I've been working hard, like I said, since November. I left everything behind. Like when I started boxing, I left behind my family, my friends, my pets, and I'm gonna make it all count this Saturday.
Well, we're very excited. Gentlemen, it's now time for the first face-off of the week. I'm going to ask you to leave your microphones on your chairs. Ladies and gentlemen, it all goes down Saturday, March 26th, right here in the brand new Resorts World, Las Vegas. It's a huge lightweight showdown. Jeremiah Nakathila, Saturday, March 26th. The undercard
Vamos
begin
para
at
arriba.
45 Pacific.
De los ojos colorados, secos,
That our co-feature and this main event, 7 o'clock Pacific on ESPN. Again, coming to you live from the brand new Resorts World Las Vegas. As always, this is boxing, this is Top Rank. We'll see you tomorrow night.
A los
as
ojos,
they get
mijito,
on the
cómetelo.
scale.
Sobre de él, mijo. Somos bandidos, mijito. Arriba la 93. Vamos arriba, mijo. Eso es. Eso es. No tiene nada, mijo. Este tipo lo que tiene es miedo. Este tipo lo que tiene es miedo. Arriba, mi Bercheltito.
Good? Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Nakathila, let me get a solo. I got a Mikey. Berchelt. And after Berchelt, I got Diaz just showed up, so we'll take things.
Miguel, ¿cómo estás? How you doing? Hey, Guardy. Guardy. Cool if I grab him for me?
Yeah, let me get Telemundo first.
Oh, yeah. All right. Just gonna talk to Bob for a sec. I was gonna talk to Bob for a sec.
Yeah. Take care of Bob first, because
I know he's got Telemundo first. So.
Bob, just quickly with Sean's.
How you doing, Bob? Mind if I- Oh, thank you. Thanks. How you doing, Bob? Yeah. Well, thanks for your time.
He's just waiting.
Good to go, Bob? Yeah. All right, FightHype.com here with the great Bob Arum. Bob, a good fight this weekend. I think Jeremiah Nakathila, a little easier target to hit this time around than Shakur Stevenson. Wouldn't you say?
I would certainly think so.
Do you think because of that, he win or lose, it's more impressive showing?
It's going to be a whole different kind of fight. This fight's going to be bombs away, and one guy's going to be standing, and the other guy is going to be counted out. This fight ain't going to a decision. I mean, they don't fight like they're going to go to a decision.
Right. Realistically, though, after that fight he had with Valdez, can we really expect Berchelt to be the same fighter he was, heading into that Valdez fight?
Well, again, that depends on the athlete. Sometimes the guy is finished after losing like that. Sometimes he gets better. It depends. You can't generalize about that until you actually see them in action after their next fight. Yeah?
Do you ever have any experience talking with fighters over the decades and they told you, Bob, after I took that beating, I was gun shy.
None of them will admit that they're gun shy, but they are. Sometimes they take a beating and they're never the same. Other time, they look at, they're not affected realize they made this mistake or this mistake, and they become better fighters. I mean, you cannot generalize with boxers. You just can't.
And just moving on to the news of the week about Vasyl Lomachenko, and can you give us some finality on that? Kambosos said a fight was all but done, but then Russia invaded Ukraine.
It was all done. It was all done, and Igis, the manager of Lomachenko, contacted the Minister of Sports, whatever it was, in Ukraine, and he got special permission for Lomachenko to leave because he's of an age where he can't leave to do this title fight in Australia for various reasons. And Lomachenko refused to go. He said he doesn't care who gave him permission. He's going to fight in defense of his country, and he stayed in Ukraine. So Kambosos had to look for another opponent, and hopefully that announcement will come shortly, and hopefully Top Rank will be involved along with Lou DiBella's company.
Meaning Kambosos when he announces his next opponent.
Yeah, we'll be involved.
There's big talks that it'll be in the Devin Haney fight.
Well, I don't want to say because, again, Lou is as the promoter of Kambosos, should be the one making that announcement, not me.
Do you see? How do you see that fight playing out, Bob? If Kambosos and Haney, if that's the fight,
It'll be a good fight, excellent fight, fight. I mean, from our standpoint, we want to do a fight with Kambosos, which is so competitive that ESPN wants to put it on, because Kambosos is bound and determined to fight in Australia, and you can do that on a Sunday afternoon, Saturday night back in the United States, and he only ESPN has to send a crew over there and everything, and they only want to do it if it's going to be a wow fight.
So the idea, Bob, is even if it isn't, obviously it's not Lomachenko, that if the Haney fight doesn't go through, you have another opponent for Kambosos.
Let me tell you, whatever it is, as long as it is a competitive fight that has a lot of interest here in the United States, and we can be involved, we want to do it. Now, if it's going to be a non-competitive fight, we're not interested. Or if, for some reason, we're not asked to participate, that could happen. But I'm optimistic that we will be involved.
I can't get a winner out of you for Haney and Kambosos. If that happens, though, do you give the edge to either guy, Bob?
Again, there's an edge you got to give to Kambosos, who's fighting in Australia, even though the officials will be neutral and so forth. Again, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But Kambosos looked very good fighting Teofimo, and fighting in Australia, whoever he fights, there'll be a huge crowd and a lot of excitement there. And how does it affect him, and how does it affect his opponent? I can't tell now at this point.
And Bob, just I haven't really got to hear you speak about this since it happened. Terrence Crawford and the lawsuit. We were there at the post-fight when he splits from Top Rank. And
well, again,
any thoughts on the matter?
Terrence is being advised by the wrong people. I mean, the best thing that could have happened, that once the contract was over, we went our separate ways without any vitriol. I mean, as far as Top Rank is concerned, as far as I'm concerned, Terrence is a wonderful fighter, one of the best fighters, no question about it. But he didn't help at all in any of the promotions, because He was the kind of fighter that siphoned himself off. He would prepare like a son of a bitch, and he would work real hard. But that hurt us to some extent promoting his fights. And that's why the results that we got in the promotion were left a lot to be desired. What he got in the ring was tremendous because he never came into the ring not fully prepared.
And focused, right?
Yeah, and focused.
But I get it. There's two sides to it. There's the promotion side and the fighting side.
Sure.
Right. But Bob, I learned recently there was that iconic summit meeting it turned into with Ali, highlighted by Ali and Jim Brown and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I didn't realize till recently that you played a big role in organizing that, right?
Yeah.
So do you feel, that should come to light when assessing the allegations being...
I mean, allegations that are stupid, I don't even pay attention to. You can call me a lot of things. You may call me cheap. You might call me greedy if you want. There's a debate on that. But don't call me racist. That's like fucking stupid.
And Bob, back to one of your favorite topics, Mr. Eddie Hearn saying there's a lot of problems heading into April 23rd. We're going to get a fight, right? Fury, White, and everything's fine, right?
Yeah, right. It's White's biggest payday and so forth. Eddie Hearn can't keep his mouth shut. I mean, I never talk about an Eddie Hearn fight. Why? Not because I'm a good guy, but his fight is his fight. None of my business. Eddie Hearn, everything is his business. Now, he said, it's not like he hurts us. He said that we've banned him from going to the fight. We only banned him if he doesn't have a ticket. If he has a ticket, he can go. He's going to carry White's bucket, he said, so he can get to the fight. What kind of crazy shit is that?
He's getting creative, Bob.
What?
His tickets are all sold out. That might be his only way to get in at this point.
Come on. There's a secondary market and so forth. Or if he called me up, you don't think I'd get him a ticket?
I don't know.
Eddie's father is a dear friend of mine. We worked together for years. We've had plenty of dinners together. I mean, Eddie's a kid, compared to me. Everybody's a kid.
Thank you, Bob. Thanks for your time. Always great catching up with you, Bob. Thank you. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Hardy.
Hey, Sean.
Thanks, Bob. That was fun.
Y dice, ¿qué huevos de Berchelt? Va con Nakathila. Y Israel Vázquez te manda saludos, por cierto. Dice, cabrón, es que va con uno muy duro. Pero dice, ese es Berchelt. Berchelt no va a escoger nunca nada suave en su carrera, pero si le ganas a Nakathila convincentemente, siguientes campeonatos.
Claro que sí, estoy muy motivado, sé que es un duro peleador. Nakathila sé que le duró a Shakur Stevenson, uno de los mejores 130 libras ahorita. Pero bueno, yo vengo enfocado, preparado, yo hice mi tarea, trabajé muy duro, le chingué desde el mes de noviembre.
Bueno, yo lo sé.
La neta que nunca había hecho montaña, nunca había tirado sparring con peleadores de descendencia afroamericana, muy rápidos, muy elusivos, muy distinto a lo que yo tenía en Hermosillo, Sonora. Dejé toda mi casa, a mis perros, a mi mujer, dejé muchísimas cosas. Me siento cuando era un niño de 18 años y me estaba yendo por primera vez a Mérida, Yucatán. Ahora llegué, obviamente no llegué en cero, llegué con mi familita, pero dije, bueno, es muy diferente, pero hay que chingarle. Hay que chingarle, no hay otra manera de ser exitoso, como siempre lo dije. El éxito cuesta, ¿sabes? Y cuesta mucho dejar familia, dejar comillas, dejar cosas que anhelas. Pero bueno, yo hice mi esfuerzo, yo me sacrifiqué y bueno, mi recompensa la va a dar Dios el sábado. Bendito Dios sea con un knockout.
Dos cositas más para dejarte ir rápidamente. Capetillo.
No, Capetillo es una gran persona, la verdad, sin duda. Ahorita, por algo, creo que Dios te pone a las personas en el camino por algo. Yo creo que no existen coincidencias, existen coincidencias. Es una gran persona, la verdad que me orientó, creyó en Miguel Berchelt cuando nadie más creía. Y bueno, creo que volvió a encender el fuego, ¿sabes? Yo creo que muchas veces, tú que tienes que creer en ti para lograr ser campeón del mundo, pero muchas veces en el camino se te olvida, o dejas que pseudoaficionados o pendeja se te venga a la cabeza y dude de ti, tú hasta mismo empiezas a dudar de ti mismo y dices, oye, cabrón, si ya no soy tan bueno, tienes razón que yo me retire. Y él desde que yo llegué a su gimnasio me dijo, usted es un peleadorazo. Cuando yo le metía las manos en las primeras manoplas, me decía, qué duro estás, este hombre, estás bendecido, qué fuerte eres. Y volvió a encender el fuego en mí porque decía, wow, tienes razón, soy bueno, pego duro, hay que mejorar un poquito la defensa, pero necesitaba esto, algún cabrón que creyera en mí, que vuelva, exacto, que me encienda la flama, y yo creo que él la encendió. Y bueno, tú sabes que, como decía Tyson, es primero se encender la llama y luego se va a hacer un incendio incontrolable.
Completamente. Antes de cerrar con la última pregunta, te comparto una anécdota bellísima. Capetillo se acercó conmigo muy nervioso, emocionado, y me dice, no mames, a lo mejor llega Berchelt conmigo. Y yo cerré los ojos y por algún motivo algo me dijo de arriba, el Señor en el que crees en Dios, me dijo, Berchelt va a entrenar contigo. Y ahí pregúntaselo más tarde a Capetillo. Y mi cabrón, te la porque un chingón como tú tiene que analizar boxeo. ¿Quién gana de Canelo Bivol y quién gana de Valdés?
Yo creo que ahorita
It's a long time to go without.
Pega como patada de mula, la verdad que chingón que un mexicano esté en esa división, porque una división en la que nunca nos veíamos, ¿me entiendes? Entonces, él tiene la batuta del boxeo. Y bueno, en la de Valdés con Shakur, yo creo que va a ser una pelea difícil para Valdés. Estamos con él, ojalá le vaya muy bien. Pero bueno, creo que el estilo elusivo de Shakur afroamericano se le va a dificultar un poco. Lo vimos cómo se le dificultó con Consensado. Y bueno, Shakur no es tan alto como Consensado, pero yo creo que es más rápido, más habilidoso, y aparte es de guardia zurda, esos que nadie quieren enfrentar en el boxeo, que llamamos un zurdo apestoso, pero bueno, es su estilo de pelea, y bueno, esperemos que le vaya de lo mejor a Oscar.
Gracias por tu tiempo y invita finalmente a la raza que se jalen a Las Vegas, a Las Begonias, porque aquí se estrena en boxeo este Resource World y lo hace el orgullo del sureste mexicano.
Claro que sí, que no se pierdan mi pelea este 26, y si tienen un poquito una paquita ahí que les sobre, unos centavitos, vénganse para Las Vegas a apostar, apuesten por el knockout, porque vamos a ir con todo y lo vamos a noquear, vamos a hacer historia aquí en el Resort World, no se la pierdan.
No se la pierdan porque hay Berchelt para rato, cabrones. Gracias.
No, gracias a ustedes, saludos, y no puedes jugar boxeo.
Abuelita, mi café. Muchas gracias. Chingón. ¿Quién te dijo que iba a llegar a entrenar contigo? Que ya se olvidó, pero ¿quién te dijo de arriba? Platícale, él ya no se acuerda, pero... ya me olvidó, ni me contesta el teléfono. Te doy enojado con él porque no me contesta. Tú sabes, ¿ves? Tú sabes que soy derecho. Pero le dije, yo no te lo dije. Ya nunca se acordó ni me dijo, pero yo tengo presente que Dios... Güey, te estoy diciendo, ¿me conozco o no me conozco? ¿Cómo soy? ¿Soy frontal? Soy frontal. Y me dijo, yo así soy, güey. Y me dijo, vas a entrar con este. Y que te lo diga si no es cierto. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, 3. O no, estoy mintiendo. Y Diosito dijo, va con él.
Y yo que te dije también, cuando se te cerraron las grandes puertas se te van a abrir, ¿sí o no? Que Dios está. Pero cuando dije no también.
Oye,
que ya no se
how you doing, brother? Thank you. With no, he was fine. Oh, no problems. Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry for
back
that.
up there. That's fine. We could do it behind the. Gracias, Miguel.
¿No vas a traducir?
Yeah.
Esta Univision por la computadora por Zoom y una por teléfono ya.
All right, FightHype.com. Sean Zattel here with the former super featherweight champion of the world, Miguel Berchelt. Miguel, is the Alacrán still in his prime, still 100% after what was a war last year?
¿Estará la gran al 100% después de lo que fue una guerra el año pasado?
Sí, sin duda, vengo muy motivado, vengo muy enfocado en ganar. Estoy muy contento por aparecer en todas las pantallas del Resort World y estrenar un gran hotel como lo es de la cadena de Hilton. Entonces me pone feliz, contento. Ya veo a mi equipo, gente conocida y eso me pone feliz y vengo con todo este sábado.
I'm very happy and very motivated. You know, like I like seeing myself in the big billboards of resource world. I'm very happy to become the first athlete to do a sporting event at the hotel, and I'm just happy to fight on Saturday. Looking at the familiar faces from my team, I'm very happy for Saturday.
Some fighters, after a war like that, they can get gun shy, stop letting their hands go as much. How are you going to be able to still have that relentless offensive style Saturday night?
Luego de una guerra así, muchos peleadores quizás se aguantan las manos ofensivamente. ¿Cómo va a mantener tu ofensiva a la que estamos acostumbrados para este sábado?
Pues bueno, como siempre, a final de cuentas yo ya perdí una vez por knockout en un round y bueno, regresé y gané 14 y 12 por knockout. Eso no pasa nada. El instinto, yo creo, asesino siempre lo vas a tener y siempre vas a ser un peleador de choque, pero bueno, siempre vas a ser más inteligente.
I'm going to be the same on the ground as always, you know, very offensive. It happened to me already once. I got knocked out in the first round. I got back from that. I won 14 fights at 12 by knockouts. When that happens, you'll be a smarter fighter in there.
I know you can't give away the game plan, but what do you do against a tall fighter like Nakathila who is looking to land punch from the outside?
Decir mucho de tu plan, ¿qué es lo que vas a hacer para trabajar ante Nakathila, que lo que trae es una mano derecha bastante poderosa?
Pues trabajar, nullificarle la mano derecha, moverme en todos los sentidos y bueno, ser muy inteligente arriba del ring.
I'm going to be smart in the ring. I'm going to nullify his right hand. I'm just going to keep moving.
And how was sparring with Devin Haney for this camp?
¿Cómo fue hacer el sparring con Devin Haney?
Muy bueno, la verdad que es un peleador muy rápido, por algo es campeón. Y bueno, esperemos en un futuro poder enfrentarlo, que nos den una oportunidad.
A great sparring, you know, he's a champion for a reason, and I hope in the near future we can have an opportunity against him.
Yeah, he obviously you're going to want to be the lightweight champion. He may be fighting for the lightweight championship against George Kambosos. How do you see that fight going, Miguel?
Él posiblemente estaría peleando por todos los títulos contra Kambosos, y si quieres ser campeón tú en el peso ligero tendrías que pelear ante él. ¿Cómo ves esa pelea entre Kambosos y Haney?
Pues bueno, va a ser una muy buena pelea. Yo creo que en el boxeo no está nada escrito, puede ganar Kambosos, puede ganar Haney, pero bueno, abajo está el alacrán para el que gane contra ese.
It's going to be a great fight, you know, like there's nothing written in stone in boxing. Haney could win, Kambosos could win, but I'm going to be waiting, the Alacrán is going to be waiting for whoever wins.
So based off your experiences with Haney, you still wouldn't quite give him the edge, it's 50-50?
Aún así, cuando has hecho sparring con Haney, piensas que no es todavía el favorito en esa pelea.
En el boxeo todo puede pasar, no hay nada escrito, un golpe puede cambiar el curso de la pelea, entonces no sabría decirte.
Anything can happen in boxing, you know, like one punch can change a fight, so I couldn't tell right now.
Just gotta ask, people talk about the power a lot with Haney or lack thereof. What do you think? Is it good enough?
Que si tiene pegada Haney.
Claro que sí, creo que todo boxeador pega, pero bueno, no una pegada descomunal como yo pensé.
Of course, he has good power, but I don't think it's some solid power like I thought it was going to happen.
And you know, we saw another fighter from Mexico give Gervonta Davis a really good fight. We saw Cruz. Is that a fight you would want? And also with that, do you think he beats Rolando Romero in his fight?
Pitbull Cruz va a estar peleando con Rolando Romero. Esa es una pelea que te gustaría enfrentar al ganador, y si piensas que Cruz le ganaría a Rolly Romero.
Claro, por supuesto, yo estoy para enfrentar a los mejores, pero bueno, si pelea Kambosos con Haney, pues hay que ir por todos los títulos.
I'm here to face whoever, but you know, if Kambosos and Haney fight, I'm going to go for all the titles.
Okay, thank you, Miguel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, Cardi. Amenaza, you mind if can I interview your son, Jorge? All right, my man.
You don't need to
my
ask
man.
me, you need
No,
to ask me.
I know, I need to ask. I know, right? But hey, you're still under 18, so I gotta ask Pops, right? All right, I got
Makes
you.
sense,
there.
makes sense.
You can kick my ass already, but still under 18, I'm still asking Pops. But, all right, Dylan La Manaza, the threat. Capetillo, Dylan, man. Of course, we know you from just your father, and seeing that you're probably a future world champion for what we see already. But what are your thoughts, man, on Canelo Bivol? I know you love Canelo. Is that a tough fight for Canelo?
You know, I haven't really seen much in Bivol. I haven't really seen him fight. I saw his last fight. I don't think he's got much. I feel like Canelo, that's an easy fight for him.
He's very technically sound, fundamentally sound fighter. Is it just that that's not enough against a guy like Canelo, or?
Yeah, I feel like Canelo right now, he's in his prime, you know. I feel like he's too much for Bivol. Even though it's a higher weight class, I feel like just Canelo's too much.
When's the last time you were able to interact with Canelo? I know last time you were showing us the feints he showed you.
I haven't really seen him in a while. It was like last year, like June, before he fought Billy Joe. Yeah, that's when I saw him.
That's still less than a year from now. Yeah, man. Who's the toughest fight out there for him?
Everybody's saying Benavidez, Caleb Plant. He already destroyed Caleb Plant. I don't think he really needs a Benavidez fight. Everybody says that they want to see him fight, but if there's no money, why take the fight? You know, every fighter's in this business to make money. So he's got to wait for Benavidez to do more, you know, and then he could fight him. Canelo's going up in one class to fight Bivol because he's got a deal for $160 million. Who wouldn't take that? You know, that's what the people got to understand. So yeah, my respects to Canelo, and he could fight Benavidez later. I gotta handle business first, though.
You talk in more business sense. How old are you now, Dylan?
13.
At 13 years old, and most of us grown men that follow the sport, yeah, good job. But, okay, what you said totally makes sense, right? Benavidez doesn't even have a world title right now.
Exactly.
But if the fight did happen, throwing that out the window, is it a competitive fight? Is Benavidez the toughest style out there?
I think Benavidez is big, but in his last fight he didn't look too well. Oh, in his last couple of fights actually, gets tired in the later rounds, and I feel like with Canelo's experience in the later rounds he got that. Even though Benavidez is big, we saw Canelo with Callum Smith. You know, that's no problem for Canelo.
What about Beterbiev?
Beterbiev, oh yeah, I feel like Beterbiev is, you know, a rock. We saw his last fight versus Brown, I believe.
Marcus Brown.
Yeah. You know, I feel like Beterbiev, he's just a straightforward fighter. I feel like that fight's harder for Canelo.
But is he too slow for Canelo?
Yeah, I feel like he's too slow for Canelo. Canelo just box him, you know, start working the body, feint him out. Yeah, I think Canelo got that one too.
Now, Dylan, had you been born 20 years before, you'd have been exclusively looking up to Julio Cesar Chavez. But, you know, being you're coming around this era, you probably admire Canelo quite a bit.
Yeah.
What do you think that influence is having on Mexican-American and Mexican fighters, stylistically and whatnot?
The style?
Yeah, Canelo setting the standard.
Well, you know, Canelo's style, like he's got that nice the boxing art, the art of boxing. Move, don't get hit, punch. And I feel like that's been around since, you know, Felipe Lopez, Juan Manuel Marquez, Chavez, a bunch of fighters, you know. And that's the beautiful thing of Mexican boxing, because everybody just work hard and the beautiful technique that they have in the ring.
Yeah, do you feel like he's making you guys admire the slickness as much as the left hook to the body and the things that were signature about fighters from Mexico?
Yeah, for sure, because Canelo, he's super slick, and I feel like he's admiring that Mexican technique. And when he's on the inside, throws the upper to the body, you know, that's to the liver. That's that Mexican punch that everybody throws. So yeah, I think Canelo's admiring that.
And lastly, Dylan, our little 13-year-old future legend on the rise. You being in your father's gym, you get to see so many great fighters. One of them being Shakur Stevenson. You've seen him spar up close. How does his fight with Valdez go? Is that a tough fight?
You know, that's a real tough fight for the both. You know, I know the both really well. That's a really hard fight. You know, I just got to be in the middle because I know them both. But it's a really tough fight for both of them because Oscar comes forward.
Is that a fight where Valdez needs a knockout, can't win a decision?
I don't know, because Valdez A side, right? Or Shakur?
Well, I think so. Yeah. Barely.
I don't know. I feel like if Shakur's just boxing him, he's gonna need a knockout, because if Shakur just boxes him all night, he's gonna get that in the back, because Shakur's got beautiful boxing skills. And we've also seen Shakur put the pressure, like his last fight versus Jamal Hearn. Like that was a different Shakur. That was Shakur when he turns on the switch, and, you know, he knows what he has to do. Like when he knows when it's with the Jamal.
Off just staying cerebral, staying boxing,
We don't
staying
know.
smart.
I feel like fight versus the Brazilian. I forgot his name.
Conceição.
Yep, Conceição. And I feel like Shakur is going to try to, do the same style, but with a little more pressure, a little more punching. Because the Brazilian did good boxing, but when Oscar was tired, he wasn't pressuring when he had to. I feel like that's what Shakur is going to do. He knows when he sees blood, he's gonna go out and get it.
And lastly, man, we know your father, all the great work he's done with great fighters. We see like the teddy bear Jorge Capatillo. Like, does he ever get rough on you, man, in the corners? And
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Of course he gets rough because he's not just my father. When we're boxing, he's my coach. He's not my father. When he's coaching me, he's my coach. So he's got to be serious on me. He knows that this is a tough business. He knows what we're here to do. So, when he sees me slacking off, he knows, hey, you got to turn on the switch. I got to start working hard. And it makes sense, I turn on the switch, I focus. And it's what he has to do. If I want to make it out there, big leagues, that's what I have to do.
He already treats you like a man, huh?
Yeah, and I want him to do that because I'm trying to get up there to the big leagues, Canelo, Shakur Stevenson, all of them. So if I want to get there, we got to work hard.
And when we want you to get there, man, the sport needs great fighters, right?
Yep, of course.
Yeah. So, but thank you, Dylan, man. Appreciate your time. Awesome breakdowns. Sean. I know. We'll keep it locked in. Seeing you in the gym, seeing you grow and grow and grow, all the way up until it's time to be a pro, man. Thanks, Dylan.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. See you, man. You killed your interview, bro. Dang. Yeah, much better. Much better. Yeah. You're right.
But do you think that's true? Like Canelo, why would all these people want him to fight Benavidez?
Absolutely.
If he's making $160 million for fighting people on GGG, he wouldn't take it. Benavidez, it's not a money fight right now. He's not even a champion.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
What I wanted was for Benavidez to move up and fight better BS.
Yeah.
Take those belts.
And then he'll have a little
He'll have something that Canelo wants.
Yeah,
He'll has those titles that, because Canelo's going to fight the winner, and he's going to beat them. And then at that point, he really doesn't have to do anything anybody doesn't want. And I want to see Charlo and Benavidez, but the reality is what you're saying. That's the reality of the situation.
But I feel like everybody's the same. Nobody wants. Benavidez is a tough fighter, but why fight him when there's no money in the fight? No titles, no money. Shit. If I fight Benavidez, why would I go in there and fight a tough fight with no money, but not a lot of money?
Little brother already sounds like the champ, bro. He's already like, why would I fight a motherfucker who doesn't bring nothing to the table? Even the body language. He's ready for his scrums, bro. He's ready for his scrums. I'll catch you guys later, man. Good to see you, bro. Everything good?
Yes, everything good.
Yeah. See you guys. Jason, how you doing, man?
Good.
Doing good? Getting the game again? Or you getting the boxing bug now?
Both.
Yeah, I know. I see on Instagram. So, Jason. Yeah. Well, you can fight. So I saw, just playing around. I know you can fight. Got that freewheeling punching style.
He's not down?
No.
Show him, Jay.
I noticed he gets an easy rhythm into his punches.
Yeah,
that nice loose, Short. Dang, homie was opening up on you. You just kept it tight. Ooh. That's a bad boy. All his sons are bad. See you, Jorge.
Ernesto, you sit on that side.
All right, guys, that's a wrap for FightHype Live. Thanks for checking us out. Hope you enjoyed Arum and Berchelt and the presser. We will be back tomorrow live for the weigh-in. Thanks for keeping it locked in, everyone.